Uh, nah, but as far as Strive, it was really funny. I actually just started grabbing more, and I'm like, bro, this game's so easy. Um, my local, almost everyone's celestial level, like fairly decent celestial. Um, and there's an Oscar player that I struggle against sometimes. And dude, literally just close slash into run up grab, which is nice because like you condition them to okay, black close slash and then mash. It's like, all right, cool. Instead of close slash run up grab, I'm just gonna run up grab, because
Yeah.
you're waiting close slash. And then all of a sudden it's fun because like, oh, I get to see if you want to mash. It's like and then you get I've been struggling to get big combos off of mash just because I should get big combos off of like counter hit 5H counter hit 2H. Um but it's a hard confirm because you have to do dolphin slash into a cancel. So basically, like dolphin count slashing into like stopping that, and then you can hit with like 2H and do kind of that jazz. But
Okay.
it's a fairly tough uh confirm.
Yeah,
Uh
you just have to lab that out.
yeah, I have to lab out. The other thing I have to lab out, dude, is that stupid uh close slash 2H into up dolphin. I've no clue because like every time I screw around with it in practice, I can hit it. If I'm like absolutely like far, because what I'll do is I'll do counter hit jump H, and so I'll do that as absolutely far away as I can, and then I won't be able to hit it. It's like, okay, cool, if I'm absolutely far away. But if I can run up and be in your face and have time to close slash before you're at a stun, I should be able to land 2H into H Dolphin, and I have no clue why. Sometimes it doesn't land. So I don't know if I'm just not H Dolphining fast enough, or what, but I got to mess around with that because that combo should absolutely connect. I'm just doing it wrong.
All right. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's perfect that you already have some stuff to lab because
Yeah.
you can see where like, you're losing damage and stuff, and
Yeah.
just like maybe those that extra 100 damage you'll get is going to win you the game, or at least put you in a
Yeah.
better position to win a game.
Yeah.
So you did say you were grabbing more, right?
Yes,
Um,
I
so
I grabbed a lot more on my like net play thing.
so yeah, that's pretty good. We'll probably watch that. I mean, I think tomorrow, right? Um,
Yeah,
next time. So we just kind of go over the theory of strike throw and just kind of like some like easy setups. Um,
word.
so nothing too crazy, but so like yeah, in general, like May does not have other than like the I don't even know how to do it, like either hold like E or something or K,
Oh yeah, you press
but
B. You can
yeah.
do punch and
Other than
kick.
this stuff, she doesn't have
Yeah.
actual mix, and even that mix is like it's good, but it's not like super
hmm
good. And then she has like I guess like 3K
hmm
bar, and like she has a really good 5D, but that's not a
hmm
real mix. It's not Melia, right?
Yeah.
So like characters like this are going to have to find a way to hit you, and characters
Mhm.
like this are pretty hard countered by down backing, right? Like, if May's just doing this all the time, you're just going to be sitting there blocking. Like, there's nothing really to be scared of, right? You're just going to be
Mhm.
stuck in this position. You really don't care about blocking. Maybe you're going to have a life lead. You're going to have to figure out how to do something, right? And,
Mhm.
a big tell of if someone's going to block is if they're FDing, right? This is
Mhm.
like a big tell for me. Like, okay, someone's already FDing before I even get to them. Like in my head, I'm like they're not even thinking about mashing, right?
Mhm.
So I'm just like okay, like I could already like kind of set up grabs from there. Like okay, I see the FD. All right, and I'm like my mind goes okay, I have a grab opportunity because they're mostly scared of my strikes at this point, right? And then you just have to, and then like with that information, now you kind of make the opponent kind of maybe not having to use FD on wake up because now
Mhm.
you're giving you a tell of if they're going to block or not, or just being forced to mash or jump, and that's stuff we could punish. Give me 1 second. So we were talking about strike throw, right, and why it's
Yeah.
important, and okay, so yeah, basically where we're at. So there's a lot of ways to kind of set up for throws, but we also want to know why, like throws are useful. Like, why would you You take 70 damage when you could do a big mid combo for 400, right? Well, the fact is, what we talked about a little bit earlier, is that like it's very hard to hit someone if you're just a mix dispenser, right? There's no real
Mhm.
way. Like even if you're doing all this crazy mix and stuff or whatever with the meter and stuff, like let's say you don't have meter, you're gonna need like a way to get that meter to break wall to kind of make your opponent scared, right? Because
Mhm.
after a knockdown situation, let's say you 2K2D them or something, like on wake up, you want to, like especially when you're close slash with someone, you want to make that close slash matter, and you want to put a lot of pressure close slash. So there's a lot of ways to throw people, right? There
Mhm.
is, whiffing buttons. Whiffing buttons is a really good way to throw people. Um, Another good way is using plus frames, right? If you know how Strive works, there's 5 invul frames on people. Um, there's 5 invul frames on of people when they get hit. So like after you get hit, once you're out of block zone, you have 5 frames of no, you're not allowed to be grabbed. So like off of plus frame moves, you're able to grab off the earliest moment, right? So grab is 2 frames. You're +3 here. After 3 frames, you're running. You're waiting 5 frames and you grab, right? And it's just like
Mhm.
put them in a good situation because like let's say they try mashing a little early because they're scared of the grab or something. Well, now you kind of like are able to frame trap them, right? Um, so that's one way. Using plus frames. So like for example. When we talk about frame trapping here, just like, yeah, I was gonna manage crouching P. Let's make it a little bit realistic. Like, like, I was going to, like, using my plus frames, I could set up kind of more situations where I could counter hit you if you're expecting a grab. So using plus frames to kind of make our strike throw a little more scary is really good, right? Um,
Mhm.
because your plus like you have more time to act, right? And the only way people could get out of throws is either to mash, to tech, or to mash or tech or to jump, right?
Mhm.
And then if you're plus, you could frame trap all those options, right? So like plus moves are really good. So like you'll see a lot of like we've talked about it. You'll see a lot of people grabbing after like close slash or just using close slash to set up a lot of grab opportunities. And obviously you could just run up grab. That's always an option. Another way people use throws or enforce strike throw is low recovery moves, right? What does that mean? Moves that like are very quick. It's very hard to kind of react to this move, right? So like a lot of people will like jab check you on wake up, right? Let's say you wake up with a button, you're gonna get jabbed, and then you just since you're not in a long recovery move like heavy slash, where like seeing the throw coming is a little visible. You're able to cover less distance, or you're able to cover less distance and just like attack. So this is like really good in the corner, where you're just like stuff like that. Where you're able to like maybe check a mash on a throw on a mash out attempt, and then just like run in dash, or just like run up. Like let's say you can't meaty, right? Because you can't always close slash meaty, right? Maybe you could just jab meaty or 2K meaty into throw, stuff like that. Like that's always options that you have, and this is obviously makes like it's scary because like let's say they're gonna tech after this. Let's have it. Let's after block. They throw. Mm. You could always like not commit to the throw and then do other stuff to beat it, right? And then I don't know what you get off of 2P counter hit. Maybe you could get something off of it, but you might get something off 2K counter hit or something. I don't even know what I did there. But
I'm pretty sure you just car canceled.
yeah, I think I did.
Dang, he different. The
um,
make cooking.
yeah, but stuff like this is we're able to set up strike throw situations. You're not going to be able to get a close slash here, Or like you'd be able to jab, 2K, 2D, and like this is all just setting up to strike those situations because you're making your opponent having to double take whenever you hit them, right? Because like you know after you press close slash, they're gonna be like, fuck, like he grabbed me a couple times. I could go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and tech because I'm scared. And then you could go ahead and do that, or you could just do something like this, or something like this, or something like this for a bigger counter hit. Like even stuff like that. Just stuff that enforces your strike throw, right? And then that's super important, right? Because you're just like you have to make your opponent scared, right? Like that's the biggest part about playing a strike throw character. Whenever they're waking up, they're always thinking, God fucking damn it, I'm going to have to guess here. And usually, blocking is the right decision, but there's only so many throws you could take, right? There's only so many throws you could take, and especially in Guilty Gear, where, you could combo off a throw. Let's say you get a really good combo, I don't know, a really good Mei combo off a throw. Taking 40% because you blocked, or because you're just committing to block, is not always like the best idea, right? So, and then Mei is actually, pretty privileged in this aspect that she has a command grab. I don't actually know how to set this up, but she's able to beat throw attempts with command grab. Yeah, she's able to beat throw attempts with command grab, and if I'm not mistaken, she gets full combo off of it. You're just able to, further enforce your strike throw. Because let's say I wake up or whatever. I wake up, we have the Eva throwing. Let's say, now instead of thinking about they have meaty. They have, whatever. Now you could, command grab them if I'm able to get the timing right, which I'm not. But, other Mei players will have the timing better than me, because I'm not a Mei player. So that's just for examples right here. Right doing it. Okay, I'm just bad. I've never played a command grab character. But you get the point that you could set up throws in multiple different ways with Mei, and having that command grab, having that higher damage option, makes Mei really scary in the strike throw department, where you're just like, okay, my throws are super scary, so I could pair that with my strikes to basically make my offense like incredibly scary, where the opponent is going to have to kind of guess at some point. So doing like jab checks into throw and stuff like that is definitely going to help you out. And again, this is not something you want to abuse, right? Because if someone's just going to attack every single time, because they know you're going to throw them, you don't want to just get grabbed every single time, right? So like this has to be in pair with a lot of delay cancels on your Gatlings, right? Because without those, your opponent doesn't have that time to think like, oh, he pressed close slash, he waited a shit ton. Like, what should I do? You even have time as Mei to not even delay cancel and just walk back a little bit, and then do your big combo. So there's a lot of things that Mei could do, and there's also one last thing. Oh, there's a couple of things. It's called whiffing moves, right? You can whiff moves into throw attempts. This is going to be a little cheesier most of the time. I'll see a lot of Meis do. Let me go in the corner. I'll see a lot of Meis do this, where they'll whiff JK in the air and then meaty throw you or meaty command grab you. Because this is a safe jump, right? You do this every time. This is a safe jump.
Yeah.
It's pretty safe, right? There's nothing that's gonna happen to you. DPRC doesn't exist anymore, so you get this for free, right? But if people know this is a safe jump, which a lot of them are, once you get around Celestial level, you can start doing stuff like JK in the air that'll whiff your move, and then you'll be able to grab them off of it. And that's just let's say they're even expecting grab. say you're there, you're expecting grab, and you do the, oh shit. Okay, I'm just terrible. And then you just command grab them in here instead. Because they're going to be maybe throw teching there because you've already, established, throw there, and then you're just like, okay, well, I'll counter your throw with a command grab. Perfect. Like, stuff like that. I obviously missed the JK in the air, but we don't talk about that. But, yeah. So, any questions on whatever I said so far?
Nah, no, most of it's pretty good, pretty easy to digest.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, that's the thing. Straight throw isn't entirely hard, but it
Mm-hmm.
is just think a little bit of thought, right? Because there's a lot of tells to
Mm-hmm.
how someone's gonna play against you, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
like if you play against someone that's literally just holding FD the whole game, you just have
Mm-hmm.
to switch it to like, okay, I could definitely grab more, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing against someone that's gonna mash a lot, you're gonna have to want to switch your offensive pressure and like to like a lot of delay cancels, right? Because they're looking to
Mm-hmm.
mash out. You gotta want to keep your delay cancels pretty tight, right? Like you don't want
Mm-hmm.
to say instead of after block, we do a crouching P that have a DP basically. You want to keep it, like not mashable, but where you'll get a counter hit.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's gonna keep a lot of people from mashing against you and like respecting your strike throw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's also something you have to have people respect your strike throw, or people are just gonna like hold up back, right? Or like hold
Mm-hmm.
mash or just always throw, right? So you're just gonna always want to like yeah, and even like hesitations, right? Like what I'll do sometimes is I'll do like like on Ram. She's a little faster than me, but like I'll do like dash, stop, dash, and then I'll get people to be like, okay, he's stopping. He's gonna like pull up for a move, and then you just run up and grab him again, right? And then it's just like okay, and like that also will bait reversals and supers because you're holding back here, like oh, I'm gonna dash, stop, block, dash, like and then you could grab again, like like it's pretty good. Um, and then, it doesn't even have to be like with grab. You can do dash, stop, full slash. Just mix up how you're kind of approaching offense. So like, you're not a mix-up character, but figuring out different ways to get command grab, throw off will put you in a better position when people are just blocking you, right? Like you really want to like, yeah, like you could just do run up throw all the time, but like how much scarier is it if like it's behind some type of close slash or even like like run up throw is honestly just really good also because like let's say you just drop them on the floor, you just wake up throw them again. Like now on wake up, they're thinking like, "Whoa, what the hell do I do? Do I jump?" Well, if you jump, you might be able to catch their jump frames with close slash. You might be able to counter hit their throw or jab with your close slash also, and just like your reward is a lot better. And that's kind of like how that's just kind of like how strike throw. Oh my god, music just started playing. That's kind of just how like these strike throw characters are very scary to deal with, especially May because she has like a lot of buttons that are plus, and she has just a lot of damage, and she has her delay cancels give her a lot of opportunities, and a lot of her stuff could be canceled into Dolphin. If I could do Dolphin, and that just puts her in more RPS situations where you're able to like enforce stuff like that. Like. How do people do like dolphin? Dolphin, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Any questions on any of what I said?
No.
Sweet. Because yeah, I mean like strike throw isn't that hard in general. It's a pretty simple game mechanic, but like just like the implementations of it are different, right? And that's kind of like what we could be reviewing later because I obviously don't know like how many players completely set up strike throw. I've seen the lift JK in the air and to grab a lot. I've seen the I've seen the like you're just like here and then like they'll just like jab and then like like off that jab, they'll do something. And just like us, just like simple FGC terms, things like jab into this. These are called tick throws. Basically, like you're doing like a fast button that like takes their mind off a grab or something, and then you're just able to run up and grab them. And like May could do like 2 5p 5p 5p. So if you're doing like 5p 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 and they're mash and grab because you've done this a couple times, well now you get like 5p 5p 6p or whatever you get off of 5p on May. I'm not really sure, or 2p 6p and stuff like that. So that's stuff to keep in mind. Like like doing these tick throw situations really puts you in a good spot. And then not only that, because I just forgot, May has the best 5D in the game. So let's say like your opponent, you're just like, wow. Let's say you're like, wow, like my opponent's like FDing a lot of my pressure. Well, like you always have the chance to go into 5D and get your combo off of that. I'd practice this combo because it definitely could save you some time or a lot of damage, and like it's RC, so you could definitely get a lot of damage off of it, and like like fate bursts and whatnot. But like using all these mechanics, like you definitely something to that you want to implement in your game plan. Like I think even 2K is like a tick throw with May, right? You can do like 2K into command grab and stuff like that. And then just like, you don't want to command grab all the time, but like, like it is definitely a tool. And like, a lot of strike throw characters would die for command grabs. So like getting the combos off of command grab, I don't even know what May has. I think it's like 5K, 6H or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Just getting that combo and just being like pretty secure with it, just so like like you want people to be scared of your command grab and throw, right? If people aren't scared of that, you'll never hit them. And like you'll probably see that. I mean, we think we talked about that in like the earlier reviews, where I'm just like, people are just not scared of like anything because they're just blocking against you, right? So yeah. Strike though is pretty short, and you get pretty advanced with like, how you can use RC in a lot of these situations and whatnot. But I think we can keep it here for now. And then with the games that you'll be playing this week, we could kind of review how you're implementing it and better ways to do it, and then just stuff you need to work on from there. Questions right now?
No, I don't think so. What's funny is the whiff JK on wall break. That's a really good like. So your safe jump is basically just jump forward, air dash, heavy slash. Like that's a good safe jump. So a lot of people are looking for that. So if you just go through, or if you throw a JK instead, I usually command grad off of that. And so I never thought about using it in the safe jump in the corner, even though it's like, oh, that's genius.
Yeah.
And it's really funny because I also kind of like to use jump K as a like an air to air sometimes. So sometimes when I'm trying to hard call out jumps, I'll just dash up and jump K. And it's so funny how many people grab me afterwards. I'm like, man, they're like, every time they grab me, and it's probably just because they're trying to tech because they're ready for that.
Yeah.
So maybe even like a whiff JK into jump D, that might even be a double overhead that could be decent.
No, 100%. If you're just yeah, I mean, there's just stuff you could find. I mean, as a main player, you probably think of like many situations where, like, I mean, even like dolphin whiff into grab, stuff like this. Like that makes your strike throw scarier because you could also dolphin whiff into dolphin whiff into, what is it, P? You could also dolphin whiff into close slash, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just like, finding these situations where you're like, how can I make my strike? And that's hard to react to, right? Like, this
Mm-hmm.
is stuff that your opponent is going to be like, okay, I'm used to blocking here. So they're not even
Yeah.
thinking about grab, right? And if you just whiff into grab and you have that momentum carrying you, like,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be solid. And even if, like, let's say, they start, adapting to your thing, well, now you have a command grab to beat the throw, right? You just have to be able to
Yeah.
do it, like, all the time. But, like, that's just, like, a bunch of, like, ways you could implement strike throw, and just better ways you could hit someone, right? Because that's a lot what
Mm-hmm.
you're struggling with in your games. Is like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be able to hit, you'll get straight hits every now and then, and like some people will mash on you, but when people stop mashing on you, like then you have to
Mm-hmm.
kind of rely on like, straight hits and like, them messing up when like you could
Yeah.
enforce the fuck up a lot of the time,
Yeah.
and like you're just like making sure you're just using all of your tools, um, to give them a hard time. Um, and then like the trickier you get with this stuff, the more
Mm-hmm.
people are gonna be like, oh, I see dolphin, I'm gonna mash. Well, like, nice, you're just gonna take 80% for no reason. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just like how you have to think of these situations when you're playing the game. Is just like, okay, I have to hit this guy. How do I hit this guy? What's a clever way to enforce stuff? Sometimes it's literally just like math, right? Like, you press this button, it's negative. I could punish it with this button. GG easy, right? Um, but like, a lot of the times you're gonna have to get creative, especially with strike throw characters, on how you're gonna hit someone. You're gonna have to force someone to mash. And sometimes it's not hard, right? Sometimes all it takes is them blocking close slash once, and they're just like, oh, nice. Like, I'm gonna press a button here. But some people will just hold down back until like you show them otherwise. Um, and just like maybe getting your dolphin as close as possible to them to make dolphin scarier, just so they're just not always just blocking dolphin, um, and stuff like that. You just really want to make all your strikes have the opportunity to hit, because
Mm-hmm.
they are not blocking, and they're not blocking because you've tricked them into something, because that will
Yeah.
enforce counter hits, right? Because like, I don't know I don't know if May gets anything off a counter hit dolphin or not, but like, you definitely get more damage off a counter hit close
Yeah.
slash or
No,
2A.
she gets basically anything she wants. She has enough
Oh,
time to run up and command throw
oh yeah, exactly.
after counter a dolphin.
Yeah, so like, you're able to then like enforce, like, oh, like now I'm getting them to mash when then they see the dolphin, or I'm getting them to grab when they see the dolphin. Well, now like my dolphin reward is a lot stronger, right? And now they're gonna have to think
Mm-hmm.
about that. And if they were like, okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna stop mashing there, well, now you go back to grabbing and whatnot. And maybe they're jumping, right? Like, maybe they're like, okay, well, I'm just gonna jump because I'm getting grabbed all the time. Well, now you can do stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could go meet them air to air, do your little shenanigans in the air with or whatever. This one is vertical dolphin or H dolphin, or vertical H dolphin, I should say, or and then you just get big combos or whatnot. So that's kind of like how you want to think of those situations, and we can kind of see how you know better players are watching it or doing it later on in the week, and then we just want to see like what you're doing and like how we could improve like the baseline. And obviously you can
Mm-hmm.
beat some games with it. So, but you already
Yeah.
said you're implementing it already a little bit after a
Yeah.
little bit of a talk. So yeah,
Yeah.
should be good. So
Yeah.
yeah, all right, nice, sweet. Hog, we did it.
Yeah.